Hello everybody and welcome to my 110th VBA tutorial. This tutorial is going to show you how you can read information from a text file. And we're going to go through a few different things with text files over the coming tutorials. But first of all, we're just going to go through how you get the information out of one. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is just dim my file path as string, and then we just need to set our file path, so that's just going to be equal to the file path of our file that we want to read. So I've got this text file that just says hello, my name is Matt, and I just want to read this one, so let's just get our path name, so and then \text dot text, and so that's our file path. We're then going to open this file, so let's do open, and then we're going to give it our file path, and you could just put the file path straight in the open, but I like to put it in a variable because then it's easier for people to see if they want to change it. We then put for input, and this just specifies how we want to open up this file, and I've just always used for input. Sometimes if you put for output and you don't have the right permissions for the file, it doesn't work, so let's just put for input, and then we need to put in hashtag and then a number, and you need to put as hashtag and then a number, and the as hashtag 1, this is just going to say this is my file number 1. So if you open up another file at the same time, call it 2, so on and so forth. It's just an ID for the file you've got open, and it's this hashtag 1 that we're going to use to reference our file when we want to read through it. So that's our file opened up, and whenever I do an open, I always instantly do a close and then hashtag 1, because you want to be closing down your connection to the file at some point, and you don't want to forget to do it because it can quite often crash your code and all of your Excel, which is a major pain in the backside. So let's press play, and it's all working fine. So that means I've got the correct file path and I've written it all correctly. If you haven't got the right file paths, let's say I try and do text2, it'll come up with an error saying file not found. So just make sure you get your file paths correctly. If you want to be a little bit more clever, then you can use the this workbook dot path, and then you can put in it as a relative reference, which I've done in previous tutorials. So then we want to look through the lines of the code and actually do something with them. So to do this, I'm going to do a do until, and I'm going to use the function EOF, which stands for end of file, and so it will show true if we've reached the end of the file, and all we do is just pass it that number 1, which is our file number from up here, and then we go down here and press loop. And before we run this, don't press play now, because at the moment we're not going to go for any of the lines and we're never going to get to the end of the file. So hold off, don't get too eager, definitely don't press play. If you feel like having an infinite loop experience, then do press play, but you'll have to start all over again because you'll go into an endless loop. Or you can press pause break, which is a little bit easier. Anyway, so let's give ourselves a counter in order to just loop through the sheet. So let's just go up here and get dim counter as integer, and then let's do counter equals counter plus 1. So first time we go through it, it's going to set it to 1, and then it's just going to add 1 each time, and that's just going to be our row. And then we want to read a line of input. So I'm going to dim a current line as string, and in order to read into that string that we've created, we do line input #1, and then comma, and then we give it our current line. So this is going to take the input from line 1 and put it into our current line variable as a string. So now we can do what we want with that current line variable. So I'm just going to write it onto my sheet 1. So let's do this workbook dot sheets sheet 1 dot cells, and then we use our counter and comma 1 dot value equals, and then current line. And so this is just going to loop through all of the lines in my sheet, and it's going to put them out onto my sheet 1, and then it's going to close down. So let's press play, and then let's bring our worksheet up, and you'll see it's filled in, hello, my name is Matt, the same way that it appears in our text file. And you don't have to put it on the sheet, you can do whatever you want with it. So you can store it in an array, you can do whatever. So let's say we want to put it in a message box instead, put it in a message box, and then let's press play, and it will come out, hello, my name is Matt. Okay, I'm going to close this off. So any questions, drop them in the comments below, or if you want to paste some of your code and it's going wrong, put it on our forum, link in the description. And if we are releasing videos every Wednesday now, so if you want to subscribe to see when those videos come out, please just click on the subscribe button on the channel. So thanks for listening, and I hope to catch you in the next tutorial when I show you how to add new data to your text file. So thanks for listening, catch you soon.